Brad, what's the update on Jason Tatum?
So he had a imaging here. He's got a sore right ankle, and he's going to have more imaging tomorrow. At which point they'll let us know what they find in that. I don't know anything else. I guess it was, he had some. He must have felt it at some point right there, right before he came out. He asked to be taken out, and then went back in the back, and they ruled him out for the rest of the game. He's in a walking boot to be safe tonight, and then he'll be re-examined tomorrow.
But he injured himself in the game tonight.
That's what I was told, but he didn't remember a specific incident, so I'm not sure.
Keep losing people, keep winning games. It's not the way it's supposed to work, is it?
Well, I mean, I thought that, I just said to Abby, I thought that we made timely plays. I didn't think we necessarily played good basketball the whole last 30 minutes or so. But we got a little bit caught up in the flare of the game probably in the second quarter, and I thought the end of the second quarter was bad, but after that, for the next two quarters, we made timely plays. Whether it be a big rebound by a guard, Baines scoring as they were coming back, Marcus Morris going in, throwing it to the post and playing out of the post with him some. And then obviously Kyrie made some tremendous plays late. But we had a bunch of guys step up and do different things. We were timely. We weren't good enough to say we played well. We can play better than that.
And among those guys,
Aaron was great. Yeah, I mean, and they went small a lot with Randall, and then they had a lineup there at the very end that was even smaller without all their bigs, and he did a good job rolling all night and sealing and finishing in and around the paint. Had a couple of putbacks and did a good job.
Hi, Brad. Just back to Jason for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
Was the MRI he had tonight inconclusive, or?
We didn't have an MRI. Just had X-ray back here in the back. So he'll have more tests, probably an MRI tomorrow, I'm guessing. Yes.
The minutes Shane gave you at the start of the fourth quarter, Brad, they seemed pretty important because it seemed like he gave Kyrie a little bit of extra rest.
Yeah, I mean, if I was Shane, I'd be pretty mad at me. He should be mad at me because I didn't put him in until the fourth quarter in the Orlando game and this game. That's like one of the hardest jobs in the world, is to sit there and then just get thrown into the middle of a close game and have to impact it. But we just think with Shane's speed, he can really impact the ball. And sometimes, as they're comfortable, you want to impact their level of comfort. And so, with Terry, Marcus, and Shane out there, you got a lot of speed on the court. And we had to take Jalen out, after playing the whole third.
Coach, back to the injuries. How do you frame it? These are three significant injuries, and how do you?
Yeah, I mean, it's, first of all, you feel for every guy in their specific injuries. Obviously, Gordon's with all the stuff that he's gone through. Al with the concussion, protocol, making sure that we are, that he takes all the necessary steps before he returns. Jason, we want to make sure on, obviously, and then you have to focus forward, and until we have only 4 left, I guess we're just going to keep playing. And then I don't know what you do at 4, but we'll keep playing. Yeah, but most importantly, and I don't want to make a lot, the most importantly is those guys get back healthy.
Coach, speaking of health, one guy who's clearly on the road getting much healthier is Marcus Morris. And just talk a little about the lift he gave you with that first group, and also the way he was able to, when you subbed him out, he'd come back in and still kind of pick up where he left off.
Yeah, and we're still trying to manage his minutes appropriately. He played more today than he had played in either of the previous 2 games, but trying to work its way up there. But it was hard to take him out. because he really impacted the game because he could post when they were playing small, and so we've got to. I think as we kind of navigate through this, these injuries, we're going to have to probably add a few things that increase our movement, they increase some side-to-side action. But tonight I thought he bailed us out. When they cut it to 2, he made the turnaround, and then he came right back and hit smart for a 3 out of the post. Bang, bang, 5-point run that kind of separated the game again.
Brad, when guys are getting hurt and you're throwing new guys into new lineups, how do you try to get them to keep moving the ball and keep trusting the system rather than stagnate into isolation play?
Well, I think it's hard too because they're maybe not used to playing with those guys, and also not used to, maybe they're playing a different spot than they're used to playing. We got to be better with it. I guess the negative of this stretch we're on, and obviously we've won games, but the negative is we're not practicing, right? Because A, we're short on bodies, and B, we're playing every other day basically for a month for a month plus. So we've got to utilize our walkthroughs, we've got to utilize our film sessions, we've got to make sure that we probably just focus on what we need to do to have some better structure when those unique lineups are in. Thanks.